Allen here, man. 122 pounds, 10-5, man. Watch the Goodfellas Sports TV, bro.
Hey man, I just got some interesting news. This video wasn't on my agenda for the day, but now it's on my agenda for the day. Definitely gotta get me some more Crocs, brother. Yep, I don't care. These anti-Croc people definitely feel good. But yeah, they talking about Josh Taylor could be moving up after the Catterall fight. Now the thing about the Catterall fight, it was pushed back from February to March because of programming issues with Chris Eubanks pay-per-view being, I think, like January 21st or whatever it was. So they got some programming issues with that. But apparently that could be Bud next mandatory. So the word on the street is Josh Taylor, you know, according to my boy from Philly, could be moving up in weight regardless. You know what happened, but if he gonna be the WBO super champion and hold that title, he has to win in order for that to happen. All right. So apparently, BOK Prime, they got a lot of money behind them. I'm not gonna put a specific number out there, but it's over $10 billion, well over $10 billion. So he could come to BOK Prime. Terence Crawford could be coming back to top rank. Like I told y'all, that Errol Spence fight ain't in the plans. Errol Spence can fake like he want to fake, like he calling the audible, Omaha. He can say all that shit he want to. Al Hammond don't want nothing to do with Terence Crawford. Now, if I had to insinuate what made that negotiation worse, I don't think his comments helped, but I think by him getting two good lawyers, Joe Lagarde, I think it is, he will want them Star Banner boxing or Guardian boxing. I forget what it is. Excuse my ignorance and my short memory. I got a long ass week this week, but and I think them being very meticulous going through that, I think kind of rubbed him the wrong way. Also, you hear him say guys at PBC told him, you know, kind of gave him a heads up and all that. You hear AB say the guys at PBC turned on him and stuff. Some of the guys over there. You know, like I said before, you gotta put yourself first, fellas. I'm always a believer in that. You know, our life expectancy rate is a lot lower. We do all this stuff to put ourselves on the line. We deal with the bullshit in the world every day we go through, especially black men. You know, we sit here, we grind. Some of us work multiple jobs, juggle this, juggle that. And, you know, one of the things we don't take care of is our overall health. Everybody put a lot of emphasis on mental health, but physical health. It go hand in hand. And we don't do enough. We don't do enough of that. Make sure you take care of yourself, because you can't be there for your kids and your wife or your moms and people that need you if you ain't healthy. So I always find ways to put myself first. I don't care. People say it's selfish. I was the only child in the house, so I always find ways to put myself first. I duck off and go do my own thing for a minute. I don't have no shame in my game. So I make sure I do things that make me happy consistently. You gotta consistently do that shit, bro. You know, whatever it is, it could be something small, going to get dinner. You know what I'm saying? It could be something small, going to the movies. You know, it's deeper than going to the bar. You know, finding a little $2 little bar hole and, you know, relieving stress like that. You know, I mean, that's what you into, but it's other constructive ways to do so. If that's going to the gun range, if that's going to take a class, an art class, or whatever it may be, man, go do it. You know, go do it, man. You know, I can give you all a list of stuff that I do, that I find therapeutic and shit. You know, when I had time once a month, I used to get massages. That was one of the things I did. I get massages. You know, that was my thing. Now, you know, good. But chiropractor, all types of stuff, dude. But nonetheless, so there's rumblings that Josh Taylor might rise up and, you know, elect as mandatory, being a Super WO champion and fight Terence Crawford. So he a big dude, and the weight might help. I don't think he want to test the waters. Testing the waters, PBC might end up picking up that belt. Bud move up. I mean, they might go overseas right now. It was told to me, I'm just using the word allegedly, he no longer work with Ben Davison, but him and Ben Davison, due to the Kinahan situation, allegedly can't come to America, so Bud would be going over to Scotland to take on Josh Taylor unless something changed. So, man, I'm telling you, that dude big. I don't know how he make 140 pounds. Ask Tom Business. We stood right next to him. Dog, dude is just as tall as me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He damn near out of eye. He's a big dude, bro. And then, you know, you're a big dude, big dude. So, you know, and like I said, he got a chance because he's so damn big, but the weight could be killing him. But after a while, one thing about weight drainage, sometimes it becomes too late to get the benefits of, or the full benefits of moving up in weight too. Sometimes it becomes too late, bro. Sometimes the damage is already done to the brain, because what happens is your brain sits in water. So guess what? When you get into the final weeks of cutting, you know, forget the vitamins and the minerals you could be missing out on, the aminos you could be missing out on, the protein you could be missing out on. You water, you cutting water. You cutting water, bro. You draining yourself to get that the last 2 days. To get that water out, you know, you letting that water get out your head. That's never good. And that's something when you start you start draining the water out the body and out the brain, you know what I'm saying? And you start taking punishment on top of that. A lot of times you never can recover. You right at that 30-year-old range, your body started changing. You know, I noticed right around 30, I couldn't do the shit I used to do. As far as eat the stuff I eat, you know what I'm saying? Stuff started to change, you know, in your body. You know, and as you get in your 30s, your bone density changes too, and you kind of get your grown man strength and frame. You know? That's why you see a lot of the true power lifters, you know, natural or unnatural, they start to hit their prime in like right there mid to late 40s. I mean mid 30-ish, late in early 40s. That's kind of when they start the true, you know, strong guys. I tell you, you know, that bone density is, you know, that changed too. So you talking about water from your brain changing, your body changing, you naturally, you know, kind of getting that grown man frame on you. You know, and then you taking punishment. A lot of times it's hard to remain the same guy. You know? So then you start talking about you getting in your 40s and your testosterone levels naturally start dropping and shit. That's a whole different type of talk. And I'll tell you this, man. I used to talk to my boy, he got a private gym now. We used to you know, one thing I tell you about networking, going to the gym, it's an unbelievable network. I would tell you it's an unbelievable network. I met some amazing people in the gym. I met some people with some amazing stories in the gym. I will say that. You know, I worked out with people who did real time. And that's how I kind of know how to kind of like move around people like that. You know, you don't do no sudden movements and shit like that. They real patient. So one thing I tell you about dudes that did real time, they real patient. But you know, they solid people. They real solid people trying to get perfect. I ain't gonna say perfect, but they real solid people, bro. But yeah, I mean, he had a private gym, and I ended up catching up with him during the pandemic, or I used to walk Mason the miles. And then niggas don't never really use real names neither. When it come down to that, trust me. You know, you always know dudes by nicknames or AU, you know, kind of when you in that realm of things. But we was talking, he was like, man, don't never take T-booster. He said T-boosters is one of the worst things that you can take, because your body starts to naturally depend on it when you try to wean yourself off of. He says one of the hardest things to do is wean yourself off of T-boosters. He said all that shit drop, you know, your sexual health and all that shit drop. He said it's hard. You know, once you use T-boosters, it's real hard to get off that shit, you know, to recover from it, especially without a physician's help. So, I guess T-support is fine, you know, if you into that type of stuff, especially if it's all natural. But, your T-booster is a big no-no. And it's hard to get testosterone from your doctor, too. And I used to have a dude that, used to work out with. He was a real good dude. He used to do security. A lot of the dudes that, felons and stuff that did time, that was kind of their go-to thing. So if you're a felon, I'll shout this whole ass nigga out. Negro Fife in. He a huge promoter of felons being able to acclimate back into the community. And, you know, it's good jobs out there, but you know, and he telling the truth. I give credit where credit is due. Like trucking is another industry where I think a lot of second chance guys can get a second chance out there too. Trucking is huge, you know, but yeah, T-Booster's a big no-no. Big no-no. From what my boy. And he competes on a natural level. So he's a natural he's in natural competitions and all that type of stuff. So yeah. He naturally, you know, no steroids, he naturally competes, but yeah, but like I said before, so they talking about Bud ain't got no options and all that. So, you know, they made a big deal saying the best fans in the UK. I mean, how you gonna get mad for him saying that? His own people drugged the nigga through the mud. That's the crazy thing about it. You know, these fake pro-black niggas that won't do shit if you slap the nigga in the face. And it's a lot of hoe-ass black men. I mean, let me say that's a lot of y'all, dude. I don't really blame these women for not respecting y'all gangster, none of that. I don't blame them. Because there's a lot of hoe-ass niggas. Somebody put a hoe move at me to work today. I'm just looking like, okay. I know what category. I already put you in that category, but you just reassured me that I made the correct decision. You know? But it's a lot of them out there today, man. That's why I say, man. That's why I say, dude. A lot of niggas get what they got coming to them. It's a lot of them buck dancing, butter biscuit, go behind your back nigga. Like a lot of beefs won't even happen if people communicate and have those tough conversations. Hey, yo, dude, you made this mistake. Let me holler at you, man. Just make sure you next time, blase, blah, blase, blah. You know, as brothers, we should be able to do that. But niggas go run to the boss and run to the white man and tell on you, and they indirectly do shit. I just be looking at niggas like, dog, who raised y'all? But a lot of beefs in the streets, in the corporate world, in regular America could be avoided if people communicated. You know? But yeah, you know, he say going to the UK and these fans, you know, every time he do something, here these select black fans go, his black fan base go ripping them and stuff. Of course, I'd rather go over there too than mess with y'all, because y'all don't want to show no support. All y'all do is hate. Nigga breathe. Well, fuck Bud, this, that, and the third. Like, bro, come on. Your own people. It ain't like he don't take care of his own people in his community. So I tell you, that's one thing about black people. They want us to be brothers when it's convenient for everybody. When somebody dies, somebody perished, or it's a cause. I don't want nothing to do with y'all causes, bro. That's the point I'm at with it. I don't want nothing to do with none of y'all selective causes, shaking hands, tying bandanas together, saying we gonna unify for 90 days, 30 days, and then we get back to killing each other. I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want nothing to do with these fake causes no more. Don't. I just truly don't. I don't want nothing to do with it no more. If you ain't 10 toes down, thorough 24/7 type of dude, I don't care what your religious beliefs is. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't thorough, dog, I ain't got time for it, dude. That's what time I'm on. I don't care what flag you rep. If Afrocentric, non-Afrocentric, if you ain't thorough, 10 toes down, 100, keep it real and solid, we ain't even got nothing to discuss to go further on. So, you know, trustworthy, all that shit, man. But let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $, CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, the whole 9. Peace. Don't forget, check out the Box Room playlist and What to Talk playlist for more videos like this. We gone.